Hi,
Hey,
I'm Braxton.
I'm Zach, and we are
From Old to New.
Now, I know it's been a while since we posted a video. Now, I've been busy, finishing up college, getting moved in for my new job, but we're back here with a good review, and we're celebrating a cult classic film that I've never seen before, but he's seen.
And today actually happens to be the 45th anniversary of the movie being released on television. It was a made for TV movie. And today we are reviewing Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park.
A movie so terrible that Kiss themselves have fired people just for mentioning the movie in their site.
Well, they banned it, like they've forbidden it. And so, quick plot synopsis. Kiss is performing this concert at Magic Mountain in California, and people in the park start to go missing. So Kiss has to show up and investigate to see what's happening.
Yeah, I feel like when I first heard the plot of it, I thought it was going to be like a Scooby-Doo kind of thing, where it's like, they're just showing up investigating throughout the whole movie, but now it's like they don't even show up for like until halfway through the movie.
Yeah, it's like it's an hour and a half long, and they don't show up till like 45 minutes into the movie.
Yeah, and it's like this movie to me had a variety of different science fiction like parodies. Like it was like at 1 minute they're doing Star Wars type things, another they're doing Westworld, another one they're doing like something else. I don't know. It's just it was like one of those episodes of Scooby-Doo where they had a cameo from like a celebrity, but it's like it was like that but without Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, the people that made this movie is Hanna-Barbera, and they are the same company that produced and made Scooby-Doo and the Flintstones and stuff like that. So it feels very much like you're watching like a live action Scooby-Doo episode.
So it's also like it was also like Kiss was told like when they were gonna make this movie. They pitch it like this is Star Wars meets A Hard Day's Night by the Beatles, and it's like the only things I got from a few moments were like Star Wars, but other than that, I don't see how they could have agreed to that.
They admitted even back then that they were not actors, and they didn't know how to make movies. They're a rock group. That was what they were good at. They didn't know how to make movies. I've actually heard an audio tapes from Paul Stanley's book that you can find on YouTube, and he talked about the making of this movie, and he pretty much said that before every take he would shout out line, and they would read his line, start filming, and he'd repeat the line. So that's about how this movie was made.
And I kind of saw that too. It was kind of like it seemed like every other line was just like a campy one-liner, like just like a joke, like "Hey, cat's out of the bag, huh?" Like Peter Criss. It's like
it's very strange how they made this movie, and I've also heard him say that like Ace and Peter would frequently leave the set of the movie, and they would have to use their stunt doubles.
Yeah, we actually saw like a couple of their stunt doubles, like.
Yeah, some of the scenes are very obvious that it's a stunt double and not the actual members of Kiss.
Yeah. So it's also like, so if we were gonna go through this like plot by plot, I would say like it starts off like they're in the amusement park, getting ready for opening weekend with Kiss opening, so to bring back more publicity to the park. And this was actually, I did not know this. This was filmed at Six Flags Magic Mountain in California at the time. So you can kind of see like it was nice that they actually got an actual amusement park to help make the movie.
Yeah, and so they have like two concerts. They're supposed to be performing two concerts, and they're getting the theme park ready. And this guy named Abner Devereaux, he works at the park. He creates like all the animatronics and all that kind of stuff for the park, and he's like disgusted that they're taking down his attractions to put up like Kiss cutouts and Kiss signs and stuff, and they're cutting his budget so they can advertise the big Kiss concert at the park.
Eventually like things get so bad they actually gets fired, like by his friend, and he then decides he's gonna like get his revenge by taking out like by destroying the park.
Yeah, he's gonna destroy the park and sabotage the Kiss. He's gonna sabotage the Kiss concert and create a riot to destroy the park.
I felt like, yeah, and you said this too, that it would have been more like a twist if they didn't reveal at the time, like straight at the beginning, like he's the villain.
Yeah, it's called Phantom of the Park, and you know who's doing it the entire time.
Yeah.
And I think it would have been nice if they had like shown Abner throughout the movie, but they didn't reveal that he was the one that was doing all of it.
It was like let's see, okay, we were talking about how like I would say well, see, like I'm trying to find my thoughts because this movie was so sporadic that I could not, it's hard to keep track of everything that happened because this was like watching an episode of Mystery Science Theater 3000, like where you're just watching like a movie that you know is bad, but you actually kind of enjoy it a little. It's like
it's a very strange movie.
Like halfway through the movie, I had to ask myself, "Am I on acid, or am I like, did someone slip me something?" Because so much stuff happens.
So you come to find out that Kiss is not only a rock band; they have superpowers.
Yeah.
And so like Paul Stanley can like shoot a laser out of his star eye.
Child.
Yeah, and Gene Simmons, he's the demon, and like he can breathe fire, and he growls a lot.
It's
like a lion.
Like there were some parts where I was like, does he even speak at all?
Yeah, he sounds like the MGM lion when like the start of an MGM movie. He sounds just like that.
And it's like and like Ace Frehley, he can like teleport, he can like fly a little. What was Peter Criss's powers like? He had cat-like reflexes or something?
Yeah, he just had like cat powers,
Yeah.
I guess. Like his agility was strong.
And it's like during this time, this woman whose husband actually works for Devereaux has been taken over by Devereaux to make like a cybernetic slave, and she eventually like starts working with Kiss to kind of figure out what's going on.
Yeah, she's trying to find her boyfriend, and she asks Kiss for help, so they start investigating, and they come across like these really weird
cat-like creatures.
Yeah, these cat robots that they fight.
You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of like those like minor foot soldiers that they have in Power Rangers. Like that's what those things were basically. Like if Kiss were Power Rangers, that would be their villains.
And there's quite a few fight scenes, and some of the music choices just not good.
Yeah, the music choices was like too campy, too upbeat, like not a Kiss kind of. They needed like some hard rock or like some classic rock in there.
Yeah.
Like you said that you saw like some videos that were like that re-edited the scenes with like music from their solo albums, and they were actually better. Because I can imagine like some of those fight scenes listening to "Live to Win" by Paul Stanley.
Yeah, I can't remember which YouTuber it is, and I apologize, but somebody actually went and edited the music that's in the movie out, and they put like Kiss songs in it, and it sounds so much better.
And it's like throughout the movie, it's like they're showing like sporadically like Kiss actually in concert at Magic Mountain, and I felt like that was actually the best part of the movie itself, just watching those concerts.
So you come to find out that Abner Devereaux has created evil robot versions of Kiss, and the real Kiss ends up in like this haunted house attraction at the park, and they get abducted pretty much.
Yeah.
And they're being held hostage, and the robot Kiss goes out and performs their second show because they're performing for 2 nights, and they sabotage the show
by like redoing one of their other songs to make it like incite a riot to destroy the park, which honestly is genius because if anything can start a riot, it's Kiss.
Yeah, that's a good like evil plan to like sabotage the show.
And like when you talked about like the robot like Kiss, there was like halfway through the movie they had like Gene he sent out like the robot Gene to test it out, take out some security guards, and when they went to confront Kiss today, there was like they were just sitting on these tall lifeguard like chairs in like a silver robe with their makeup still on. I felt like they looked like they were cult leaders, like they were the Guardians of Oa from Green Lantern.
Yeah, they there was probably a lot of like comic inspiration, maybe, and the dialogue in that scene's pretty weird, but
it's like it's like Paul Stanley's like being like the serious guy, but H. Philly just keeps making like these jokes. So it's Peter Prison. Gene's just sitting there growling.
Yeah, and they're just like, look, we just want a nice clean show, and we just want everything to go okay. And they're saying that Gene did it, but it was the robot Gene. Nobody knows that there's a robot Gene.
Yeah.
And so, eventually, they have the second concert, and the evil Kiss is sabotaging the show, and then the real Kiss escapes, and they
using like force powers to bring their talismans back to them. Like,
yeah, they pretty much use the Force because it's supposed to be like Star Wars, and they make it to the show, and they fight the evil Kiss on stage with like thousands of people watching them do it.
And like, nobody's freaking out about this. It's just like they're like, double Kiss, what's going on?
They're just cheering at this point, and so eventually the real Kiss defeats the evil robot Kiss
and ends the show with a nice bout of Rock and Roll All Night.
And they defeat Abner Devereaux, and
I always felt watching the ending, it was kind of incoherent how he died. Was it like he just I felt like, from my perspective, he was just so blown away by Kiss's performance that it killed him.
I don't even know that he died.
Like, he was just catatonic and looked like he'd aged.
Yeah, like, for some reason, like, he looks like he aged like 40 years within like a few minutes. It doesn't really explain why he does it, and it doesn't even really show it. But that's Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park. What would you rate it?
I mean, I would rate it like, it's a cult classic film. I mean, like, for 70s and like for today's thing, I understand like it's not big, and seeing how Kiss themselves hated themselves, you can kind of understand how bad it is. But there were some parts of it I actually really enjoyed. Like, I love the concert scenes. I also love just seeing more of Kiss. Like, I've never had a chance to see Kiss in concert, so watching this movie was kind of like a close thing to it. I really enjoyed it. I give it about a 6.
6? Yeah. Give it about a 5 or a 6. The first time I watched it, I'm a huge Kiss fan. I've seen them 6 times and have like most of their records. The first time I watched it, I was like, oh God, this really is horrible. But
it's essentially Kiss's Star Wars Christmas special.
Yeah, it's but the more I watch it, it's one of those movies, the more I watch it, the more I like it.
Yeah.
Because I can just kind of get over like all the goofy stuff at that point. So you said a 6.
Yeah.
I'd probably say 6. So that was our review for Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed it.
I hope you enjoyed it too, and we'll be looking forward to getting back with more reviews soon. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.